What's happening? It's that fun part, right? Now I guess I gotta go ahead and get this right. Let me get this right so we can get them chats up. Let me get that chat video up for Facebook and get that chat video up for YouTube so we can see who's coming in, who's popping. Let's get that Facebook chat up. We're gonna connect that. Let's connect that. Let's connect that. Boom. Facebook, you are now live. Boom. Facebook, you are live. Yo, looks like DJ Jones made it. Let's get that YouTube going. Let's get that YouTube. Those are my YouTube folks. Let's see if any YouTube folks are going to select that event. Boom! There we go. Let's get that going. Let's get this right here. All right, nobody's talking on YouTube yet. So what up, yo? Glad you can make it in. I guess let me go ahead and turn this music off. Let me kill this music. Let me kill this music. Let me kill that music. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx. Once again, is on here every 6 p.m. Sunday. Going full nerd. Let me get that going because we don't need that big gray screen in the back. Boom! You made it. Oh, man. I'm glad you guys are here because if you're here, there's no place I would rather you be. Let me get those comments so we can see it. See that a little bit better. There we go. Boom. So what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx. Once again, it's on. Thank you. Thank you very much. You can check me out live on YouNow. What's up, Chris? What's up, my man Ernest? What's happening? So we got YouNow, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Let me get that YouTube Live screen up so I know where everybody's at. Boom. We got everybody. So, this is one of those weeks where I did not go to the movies. No, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. But this is the cool thing about running your own YouTube channel. When you run your YouTube channel, you can go and talk about whatever you want. You can say whatever you like, within reason, as long as it's advertiser friendly, which is what I've been having all sorts of problems with my YouTube stuff over the past few weeks, but that doesn't stop me. So if you're watching this live on YouNow or Facebook Live, I will ask that you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you don't know what the YouTube channel is, boom, this is called self-branding. Boom, this is called self-branding. You know the YouTube channel. It's called GoingFullNerd, and this is what I need you to do. Go take a look at this video and the replay. If you want your shout to fame, you can leave a chat in the window, which is right here on Facebook Live, or down here. You see where it's kind of empty? Right here, where it's a little empty on the screen? This little spot right here? You can chat with me live on Facebook. So go ahead, tune into the live stream on Facebook and YouTube, and leave your comments as we're talking. Let's get that interaction. Sorry, YouNow, it doesn't allow me to do that with my software. You know, just the way my checking account works with my banking account. I can't get that YouNow live stuff up on the screen, but it's all good. It's all good because I got eyes on you now too. All right? So, you're wondering what I'm talking about today. Okay? Now, see? We could do that, but you got to go ahead and make sure that you're subscribed on my channel there, buddy up, palsy wowsy Chris. That's how you got to do that. All right, but anyway, let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit on how this works. So now, what are we talking about today? Subject, rivalry versus money. You know what will really win. You understand what's going to win, right? Okay, so if you're familiar with comic books, you're familiar with the movies and television and all this stuff that's coming out. And if you watch the videos on my channel, you pretty much have heard, oh, Marvel is the greatest. Oh, DC Comics is the greatest. Oh, Marvel Comics is this. Oh, DC Comics is that. Oh, switching back and forth with a lot of people. And you get people say, oh, Justice League can't beat the Avengers. Oh, the Avengers can't beat the Justice League. I like this, I like that. And you get some real heated jokes and you get some real heated things that be going down on the internet. you get some, people get real belligerent. But if you follow comic books, I'm going to say it one more time. If you follow comic books, something big just went down. Brian Michael Bendis. Let me throw that. Hey, what's up to right here on YouTube? What's up, Tanya? Hey. So if you follow comic books, you got to think of it like this. And I'm going to throw it out there. Brian Michael Bendis, that name right there is a powerful name in comic books. Okay? Brian Michael Bendis has been writing Marvel comic books for a number of years now. Big time writer. I mean, he is almost single-handedly responsible for the revitalization of Marvel Comics. I mean, he created fan-favorite characters like Miles Morales, the Hispanic African-American Spider-Man. You remember him? You know him? The one with the black and red costume people get kind of up in arms about, but then they loved him so much, they integrated him with Peter Parker and made him his protege and all that good stuff. That's kind of hot, right? Then you got the Netflix series Jessica Jones. They brought Jessica Jones in, had this throwaway character, but then he really kind of took her under, created her from scratch, gave it a backstory and did that. And you remember this whole big storyline in the comic book thing called Secret Invasion? Where they had these shapeshifters taking over heroes, and he brought back a lot of fan favorite heroes. You remember that? Oh, of course you do if you're a big comic book person. I'm going to throw it out there. If you're a big comic book person, yes, you remember that. Yes, you know that. Yes, you may know he just signed an exclusive contract with DC Comics. Now, DC Comics, let's not get it confused here, because some people, y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know what is what, okay? Marvel Comics, let's throw it out there. That's your Spider-Mans, your Hulks, your Captain America, your Thor, your Iron Man, all those guys, right? The Avengers, X-Men. That's Marvel, all right? We're talking books, not okay? Then, let's change that hat. Bam! Then we talking DC Comics. We talking your Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Wonder Woman. All right, now you got me. So Brian Michael Bendis been making all this money at Marvel, rewriting comic book history in Marvel, right? Man, listen, let me tell you. So what he did, he signed an exclusive contract. We do not know the deal. We do not know the deal. We do not know how much this is worth. But we all know if he's going to sign an exclusive, let me throw it out there, exclusive contract. I'm talking about, when you talk about exclusive contract, we talking money. We talking he's getting paid. All right? What is he going to do to DC comic book characters? What is he going to do? Don't know. He shook a lot of things up when he was at Marvel. My man Ernest puts in the You Now Live chat that that Brian Michael Bendis is a traitor. Nah, and just like you said, Low Cuts, on screen, something is huge going down in DC. Now I'm gonna throw it out here for y'all that don't follow comic books. Y'all casually look and y'all see the movies. All right, the movies really just skim the surface. The movies really just skim the surface of everything that goes down. So let me throw this out here. And this is something that's kind of cool, kind of tight. The comic books kind of dictate where the movies are going to go. Those are the stories that they're adapting. So what you got to understand is this. Okay, Marvel has reached the pinnacle. When they got purchased by Disney, okay, Disney put that back in. Disney owns childhood. And if you go through my YouTube channel, I just had a video I did the other day about Disney trying to purchase Fox. Please watch that. Leave your comments after you listen to it and tell me if you like it or don't. But when you start talking about what DC Comics has been doing recently, they need a Brian Michael Bendis to shake things up a little bit. How many reboots and rebirths have we had in DC Comics? A ton of them. They've been like, No, let's give Superman red draws. No, let's take away Superman's red draws. Let's make sure he's married to Lois. No, he's gonna date Wonder Woman. Oh, and it gets confusing. All right, this got to go here. This got to go there. Back when I was a kid, it was simple. They just wrote a story and we roll with it. Now you got to make sure they're all interconnected. This makes sense to that. This person could do this. And then what you also got to understand, Brian Michael Bendis is known. He's known for wiping out a few characters. Now, they tried to do that in DC. They shook a few things up. They brought some people back. They sent some people away. They did this. They did that. But, and I'm not going to say I agree or disagree with how they did it, but it made for some interesting reading. Now, let's take a look at it. Let's think about this. All right, and this is going to be my line. What makes this for the fans? Because the fans, they're to a point, they ready to go fight over who's better, DC or Marvel. They ready to throw down. I mean, literally, if I walk into a store wearing my Flash hat with my Batman, metal buttons all on the side. Y'all see how I got that? Y'all see that? All right. People will be like, oh, so you a DC comic book fan. I'll be like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. I'm not a DC comic book fan. But if I walk in with a Marvel hat on, oh, you a Marvel comic book fan. No. Let me throw this out here. No, not just a Marvel. I am a true comic book fan. I like them all. Let's keep it real. I like my Marvel. Don't get it twisted. I like my Marvel comics. I dig my Marvel comics. This may not be a good bet, but I also like my DC comics. I like them. I like them all. Because as long as you got a good story, intriguing character, and something that'll draw me back for the next issue, then we good. A lot of people say, well, who's your favorite superhero? I got so many. You say, didn't he kill Colossus when... No, I don't think Bendis was the one. Was Bendis the writer on that one? I'm going to tell you the storyline that got me all wrapped up in the Bendis, and that was Secret Invasion. When they started off with that Avengers breakout, if you remember those issues, where the raft, somebody had let loose all the supervillains, and then Spider-Woman, which really wasn't Spider-Woman. I'm spoiling all sorts of stuff if you never read it, but that's okay. Spider-Woman, who wasn't Spider-Woman. Then you had Ronin, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Man, all of them as Avengers. Come on. That was hot. That was hot when Bendis did it. But then it's also, you got to remember that I forgot who wrote the story arc. It's coming out. It's not in my head right now. But you had the Justice League, and I call it the Magnificent Seven story arc, when it was called JLA, where they had the Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash was Wally West. Y'all remember that? Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, and they took on the Hyper Clan. Then they had the Tower of Babel storyline where Ra's al Ghul got a hold of, Batman's contingency plans and took down the Justice League one by one. Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all remember that? I remember that. That was on point. That was on point. So what do I think Brian Michael Bendis is going to bring over to DC Comics? I'm gonna tell you. He's gonna bring some stuff. Yes, Kyle Rayner was a bad Green Lantern. When I say bad, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. I'm an Hal Jordan guy myself, but Kyle was on point. Kyle was on point. But what I think he could bring is a little more cohesion and kind of drawing the stories back in. DC Comics, and I'm talking the comics. I'm not talking the movies. I'm not talking television. I'm talking the straight up book. They've had a focus problem over the years. They've had great artists. Don't get it wrong. Hold on, let me see if I get this. Can y'all see that? That's nice art. I love the art. Okay? But the problem that they had is their stories just didn't didn't hold on. I think the biggest storyline in the history of DC Comics that really kind of held everybody in was the old school Crisis on Infinite Earths, when they started trying to clean up their continuity. Then when they found out they cleaned up the continuity, they didn't clean it up perfectly. And then with acquisitions, because they bought out some old school comic book characters. Then they just went far left when they had Identity Crisis and stuff like that. They've just been all over the place. They need that cohesion. They need that. But this goes to show all of the fans that will talk Marvel is better than DC or DC better than Marvel. You know, I'm just going to say money talks. Money is what got them going where they need to go. Now, you look up in the chat window, my man Levi throws out and he says, does DC need that right now? Because they be killing the comic book game. Let me tell you about killing the comic book game. Comic book sales are actually down across the board. That's the sad part. All right. And as a comic book head, that kind of hurts my feelings because these are some good stories. And people aren't reading like they should. I mean, that's my thing. People should read. Pick up a book. You know, even if it is a comic book, it'll improve your vocabulary. It'll improve stuff. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. These are some of the best things you can do for anybody. I mean, this is how I learned how to read back in the day. You know, as a little kid, I was like, I'm tired of looking at pictures. I want to see the comic book. I'm tired. I want to know what the words mean. You put that in front of the kids, they do it. Now, this is the thing. They're killing the game, but the game is not it's hard to follow. I'm having a hard time connecting with a lot of the DC comic books, and I think they need that jump start to kind of bring everybody back in together. They were in my opinion, they were all on point a number of years back. The books were crossing over properly. Something that happens here affected another book here. I don't know. Now it's like everybody's in this singular vacuum, and it's hard, you know. And that's for both companies. You know, I really miss Superman being the hope. You know, I really miss Batman being a true detective, where Batman really in the current book seems pretty paranoid. And, you know, even with, I'm enjoying the Batman Metal series, you know, where they're showing these evil versions of Batman. But then I'm going to throw it out there. I'm feeling kind of some kind of way because don't you think that's a little too much? You know. Yeah, you know what? And that brings up a question about digital versus paper. I can't do digital. Reading a comic book on digital is difficult for me. I mean, I'm gonna throw out to some of the third tier publishers, and let me switch my hat in honor of Brian Michael Bendis switching to DC Comics. Do that little celebratory hat change. And this is the thing. I gotta have a book physically in my hand. You know, it's something about taking a tablet into the library. And those of you who know me know what the library is when you're at home. It feels more comfortable with a book instead of a tablet. I'm just saying, you know. But anyway, that's what I could. I want to go ahead and ask you guys a couple of questions, because you know what the movie review for next week is going to be. The movie review for next week is going to be Justice League. I'm sitting there getting my popcorn ready. I've heard good and I've heard bad, but we're going to see. It's a short movie compared to any other superhero film, they say. So is that going to be good? Is that going to be good? Tell me in the comments on YouTube. When this video pops up on YouTube, I need you guys to go there, like it, share it, send it to your friends, send it to your uncle, tag it. You know, I need that help, all right? And do that for me. Now, a couple of administrative notes. I'm going to say, you've been a great platform. You've been working out for me. But guess what? I might have to cut you loose, now. I'm going to have to cut you loose. If you see Orion make a cameo in that movie, you done. Yo, I know. I would dig that. I really would dig seeing Orion. Or Calabac. I would be digging, but knowing the way they do these movies, they could kill it. So let me just throw something out at you. I know I usually start my video a little stronger than what I do. I usually give you the top 5 box office. I'm going to end it on the top 5 box office. So this week, though I did not get to see any movies, Justice League review is coming next week. We're going to discuss it. So if you haven't seen it by 6 p.m. on Sunday, you need to figure out what you're going to do, because we're going to spoil it. We're going to talk spoilers. So tell all your friends, we're going to talk all about that movie. You need to get in, see Justice League before Sunday at 6 p.m. so you can discuss it here with me live. I'm going to throw it out there. But we're going to talk about top 5 box office this week. We're going to hit that and end the show on a happy note. Top 5 box office for this week. Number 1 again, pulling in 56 mil. Thor, Ragnarok. Funniest Marvel movie to date, they say. You can see my review on the YouTube channel, GoingFullNerd. If you want to know how to spell it, it's right there. No spaces. Get to that YouTube channel. Coming in at number 2 is a new entry this week, Daddy's Home 2. That's the Will Ferrell comedy movie. You got him, Mark Wahlberg, John Cena, and then you also got Mel Gibson in there. Yeah, it's a rental. I haven't seen it, but that's strictly a rental in my book. Then you got number 3. You got your intense thriller remake, Murder on the Orient Express. I might actually check that out on an off day. If I do, I will let y'all know. That's got me thinking I might want to see that. Those were the 2 brand new entries coming in at 2 and 3 this week. Followed by A Bad Mom's Christmas, pulling in at 11 million. And way down at the bottom, Halloween is over. Horror is done. I am not a horror movie guy. And Jigsaw only pulled 3 million. It's not that time of the year, folks. Anyway. Hey, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching. I would like for you all, if you want to see something real cool, get up on YouTube. You can see all those comments that you got. Wait a second, let me get that you guys just put right here. Yeah, if you watch the replay on YouTube, like it, share it, put a little note. You can see your comments as they came up. Anyway, this is your boy Onyx at Going Full Nerd. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And most of all, if you can't say something nice to somebody, don't say nothing at all. And I'm out of here. Let me go ahead. Let me hit some music. And take it to the bridge. That's my 70s action star movie. Hold on. Subscribe, like, share. Peace. I'm out of here. Yo, what? You press the Q and you do all the cool stuff. Wait a second. Bam!